What's up, guys? This is Kevin over at LEGbrOs coming back at you with another video here. A little bit something a little bit different today. We do have this massive box on my desk here, so I figured I would show this off. This is not, unfortunately, not all filled with figures, like most of you would be thinking here from my style of videos. This does have some sets in there as well. There actually is 25 pounds of just pure Star Wars sets in this box as well. So let's go ahead and dig in. I'm going to take it off my desk just for camera purposes here. So I'll get this all set up, and then I think I will go ahead and take the box off, just so you guys can actually see anything that I'm pulling out of here, just so you know how big the box is. I'll take this over here. So as you can see, filled to the brim of Lego stuff here, so I'm super excited about this. We'll see how it all goes. Should be a lot of older stuff, which I'm really excited about. I like the older sets a lot better specifically, so let's go ahead and get that set up there. It looks like we did actually have the figures on the side of the box here, so these are all the figures from the set specifically. So we'll go through this first, and then go through the actual sets afterwards. I think it's all mostly just color coordinated pieces, and then there are some instructions on the bottom, so we'll probably just go over the instructions specifically so you guys can see kind of what sets should be in there. Hopefully they're all complete. We'll definitely take a look at that afterwards though. So let's go ahead and get started with this bag here. Looks like we do have all of the lightsabers separate in a bag there. And right away, we are seeing a whole bunch of the Episode 2 clones. They were very original clones, had that little slit in the helmet itself. See how many of these we actually have in here. This is kind of indicative of the sets that actually should be in here. They were the actual sets that these guys actually shipped with, which is something I haven't actually had the opportunity to build nor sell in the store before, so that should be really exciting for me. I'm super excited about being able to build these old sets here. I like the old ones a little bit better than the new ones for the most part, so this would definitely be a good experience for me. So we have looks like 8 of those. We do have a full Utapau battle pack there. Those are always awesome figures. A couple Rebels. Looks like this was probably from a Rebel battle pack as well, judging from the age of the sets and everything like that, and kind of what the other figures are in here. I'm guessing this was probably either 1 or 2 battle packs. Maybe one of the sets had these in there too. Hard to say. I think probably just battle packs though. As we can see, we have another. Oh, there's actually one more in here. Looks like another 8 pack here to go along with our 8 clones. They all do have guns too, so that's pretty cool. We do have an original Stormtrooper here. He does have the yellow head, just solid yellow. One of the clones from 7500. It doesn't really fit in the rest of these, but that wasn't that old. We do have, looks like the wrong helmet, but looks like these 2 bodies need to be switched here. But the ARF and ARC Arc and ARF Trooper specifically, just switch their bodies around, and that's how it would go. That guy's super cool. I believe these were pilots, but I'm not sure what set they went to. Probably one of the older sets, so I'm not familiar with them. Specifically, we do have some A-Wing pilots in here. I think these are A or B-Wing. Oh, that's not one. They have different helmets there, so obviously they go to different sets specifically, so excited to find out what those are too. I wasn't, I was a little bit older, so I wasn't actually into Legos anymore right when Star Wars kind of came out, and I've gotten back into them kind of more in adulthood. Now I have a little bit more free income. It's definitely more exciting to be able to get kind of what you want specifically. So we do have the red protocol droid there. He's about as common as R2-D2, so no biggie there. Just Chewbacca and the old style Han. these are all the yellow face figures. Wrong hair there, kind of a mismatched fig. And I believe that's the wrong fig as well. But just some yellow-faced Jedis. We do have old Leia. I don't think that's her right face. I'll have to look at that. Obi-Wan with the headset there. We also do have the Dagobah style of Yoda, the old version. And this one, actually, I think that's Alder Beto, I think, from the original Watto's Junkyard, which is actually, spoiler, one of those sets that should be in there. Hopefully Watto is in there as well. I didn't see him in the figures, but hopefully he's going to be in there, specifically the old version. But this is actually a really good figure as well, very hard to come by, even though it's not necessarily a fig, kind of like a statue, more like. We do have Luke. Well, actually, that's not Luke. Just a pilot, it looks like there. The pearl gold version of C-3PO, so the oldest version there. Actually, two of those, specifically. We do have a couple more. We got Luke, Endor Luke there. A couple other versions. Looks like there's some heads that we're just going to substitute on these guys. And that's fine. The yellow Jedis, that was Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon Jinn in his, I don't know, transition period or something. It was a rough time for him. So, we do have Anakin here as well. And Stas Ali from the Spider Droid, which I think there's a Spider Droid set in there as well. This is actually a Gungan from one of the Gungan sets, and I know there's a Gungan set in there that had these guys in there too, so I think there should be two of these, but we'll have to see. I don't know if there's any figures in the actual pieces themselves as well, so hopefully there is some of that. And also hopefully that's not indicative of the sets themselves. Hopefully they're more complete than we're seeing here for the minifigures. Alright, get back into the second bag. Let's just move all these guys up here. The second bag here, looks like he's saved all the darker troops specifically here. We do have two Tusken Raiders there. We have the old TIE Pilot, just has the brown, solid brown head. We do have a couple newer TIE Fighter pilots here as well. Drop it there. A little bit newer there. We actually have, it looks like 4. I don't remember what the name of it was, but this gray protocol droid. We do have 4 of him, it looks like. And it looks like, oh, there's another TIE Pilot. So we do have a couple different Sith warriors, some helmets that don't necessarily have bodies. It looks like, oh, what do we do? That's the black one. Yeah, this looks like a couple different helmets that don't have bodies specifically. We do have some Sith warriors here. They both have the printed leg pattern on there too. They do come in a different version of just solid black and solid, I don't know if it was solid red. I think the red ones always have coloring. Not 100% sure on that one though. We do have a couple different versions of Darth Vader. Oh, actually the same version, I believe. It's got eyebrows. Oh, wrong head there. I don't think any of them had a black iteration of their head. So 2 Darth Vaders. A whole bunch of Darth Mauls. And actually I do see, I don't know if you guys saw that before I did, but I do see a enormous find at the bottom there. We'll get into that. I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, but I'm super excited all of a sudden. Even more, I did not see that in the actual lot itself, so I am really, really stoked right now. We'll get into that. Looks like we do have 4 Darth Mauls there as well. Oh, looks like this guy does have a helmet. So another Sith warrior. I'll save the one for last and see if you guys pointed it out specifically. We do have the Mandalorian battle pack, it looks like, as well. Just some droids, super battle droid assassins. 2 versions of Palpatine, the old one and the newer one. We do have Anaconda, and the old version of Count Dooku, another super battle droid. This battle droid is actually another awesome one, so I saved him kind of second to last. But the metallic blue battle droids, they only came in one set specifically, which I believe is in here as well. There's supposed to be two of them there, so it looks like we are missing one of them, but these guys are super, super hard to come by, and also really, really cool. I definitely like their coloring a lot better than the regular super battle droids, as you can see right here, the difference in color there. But, as I can barely breathe, this one is actually a May the 4th special poly bag. This is the Shadow ARF Trooper, Shadow ARF Trooper. Let's go ahead and make sure, yep, and it is actually authentic as well. These guys are faked a lot because they are one of the most sought after figures that LEGO made. Those little poly bag specials, man, they go crazy when in the collector's market since they only made them for a limited run. This guy is so cool. I've never actually had one of these before, so that's why I am so excited to see him. I definitely did not see him in the actual lot itself when I was looking at pictures, so that is an enormous win today. So no matter what's in the box now, we are definitely doing well. So that guy is so awesome. So we'll leave all that up here. I am going to try to pull out the bags of Legos as well, and we'll see how we go here. Cut the bubble wrap here. So this is mostly just going to be bags of pieces. It looks like there are some original bags that were maybe sealed, or they just left them in the original bags here. Just some specialty pieces, it looks like, in this bag specifically. I don't think I'm going to open up all the bags just on the channel. It's not really going to show well, I don't think, if I just poured them all out. So we'll just leave them on the side here. We do have some gray pieces, as typical Star Wars sets. Probably going to get a lot of those bags. Specifically, as we see, 2 more bags of gray. Always reminds me of the Lego Batman. Only works in dark gray and black. Another bag of gray. There's so many of these, I might actually have to put them on the ground instead. We have the first bag of black pieces. There's a lot of really big specialty pieces in here as well. These, I don't know if that comes on camera, these little curved pieces are pretty cool. I'm actually going to start putting these on the floor. Another bag of black pieces. I'll kind of go over all of these as well, just kind of do a camera view so you guys can see just how much was in here. You have white. Looks like they just color-coded everything specifically, so that'll be kind of nice when I'm actually building the sets. Trying to look for all the pieces. They do look like they're all kind of mismatched all together, but that's totally fine. Another bag of white. And we do have a bag of blue and dark blue, it looks like. Another blue and red. Got 2 more black. If you guys want to skip through just kind of the Lego pieces, we'll be just showing the instructions of the sets here. Looks like some specialty purple and some specialty blue pieces specifically. We got red and green. And it looks like we got all the colors of the rainbow here. We got yellow, tan, and that sand blue. I actually had 2 other bags of kind of figures slash beasts. We do have 3 dewbacks, it looks like, the full pieces of 3 of those guys, which eventually they will look like that. So 3 more of those guys, which is kind of cool. And then some, I think they're Cadu's, I think, specifically. This is that set that green Gungan was in. These guys have that, which actually, that is actually, I think that's the same piece as the Dagobah Luke backpack. So that's really cool. Yeah, if that's the same piece, I'll have to look that up. So I think I saw 2, yeah, there's 2 of those sets in here, specifically. So I'm not sure if that'd be worth it to just put him on a Dagobah Luke, because Dagobah Lukes are always missing that backpack specifically there, so that could be worth, you know, kind of taking a look at there. And a couple different Gamorrean guards here. It looks like just the arms and the body pieces, not just the, or actually the top, not the body and the legs specifically, so I'll have to look and put those all together. Quite a few of those, probably 8 or so, and a whole bunch of Cadus in there as well. As kind of the bonus there, they did throw in the book. The Star Wars Visual Dictionary has that Celebration Luke figure on there as well. This looks like it's very, very good shape. Looks pretty new, actually. They wrapped it pretty well as well. And alas, we have reached the end. This should be the last bit of stuff that's in here, specifically. So let's take a look and see what kind of sets we had in here. Like I said, all these should be a lot of the older, not necessarily the 1999 sets, but maybe like 2000, 2001, stuff like that. So we do have, looks like that's where the Yoda comes from, and the Dooku. Jedi Duel. We have the original Desert Skiff. They've done a couple of these, I think, at least one more that I know of. This looks like the original Desert Skiff specifically. Tusken Raider encounter. Those were where the Raiders came from. These are those Gungan Patrol. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So they have the little cart that they're handling. That's where that green figure came from. And just the Jar Jar Binks, I think, is the old figure of Jar Jar Binks specifically. The Imperial AT-ST. Speeder bikes. That was one of my favorite sets. Just kind of looking back, if I was a kid, I would have gone crazy for these, because before they actually made Star Wars sets, I used to watch the Star Wars movies, and I used to try to make speeder bikes and stuff like that. So mine did definitely not come out looking as clean as those ones, but I thought they did when I was a kid, so I did do that. Looks like we have an A-Wing fighter. And Jedi Starfighter here as well, which is a great set. I'm really looking forward to most of these builds. That was one of the battle packs, the Utapau battle pack specifically. We also had the Republic Trooper battle pack. Those are where the Sith Warriors came in, I guess. And it looks like we actually had 3 of those specifically. So 3 of those sets. Here is the Spider Droid, where Stas Ali comes in. We also do have the original Final Duel, which is kind of cool. And then the bigger sets, we did have the B-Wing at Rebel Control Center. So we do have the mechanic over there, and the original B-Wing there. Ooh, now I know that one is really good. And the instructions are like perfect almost on this for its age. This is the original AT-TE, which had 4, I believe, of those original clones in there. That is awesome. That's going to be so fun to build. I'm hoping all of the pieces are in here. I know all the minifigs are not, so hopefully that doesn't go the same with the pieces themselves. As we can see, this is Watto's Junkyard as well. That was a spoiler from earlier. We are looking for him, hopefully. So hopefully he is in here, because that is one of the harder to find figures as well in the whole LEGO universe of minifigures. We do have one of the original TIE Fighters as well. Oh, sweet. Oh my gosh, this is just awesome. So we actually do have the original Republic gunship as well, which those clones were also in there. All these instructions are actually in really good shape considering how old they are. So I am going to have quite a bit of work in front of me, and I could not be happier about it, actually. Mostly I'm just figures all day, going through sets of figures and stuff like that. So just changing the pace here and building some of the old sets that I probably would have wanted to build when I was a kid, but just wasn't in that right time frame for when Star Wars actually got licensed by LEGO, specifically, or Star Wars gave its license to LEGO. So I am looking forward to these enormously. I'll probably have to do another video just of all the completed ones. Hopefully that'll be the case. Hopefully I wouldn't have just gotten 25 pounds of parts that had nothing to do with the instructions that I got. That's definitely what I'm hoping doesn't happen, but let's go ahead and pan over all of this stuff. Obviously, the minifigs are back there. We did have just bags and bags and bags and bags of stuff here. All of our instructions, and then I did go down here, our book, and that big black bag of parts there. So I got a lot of work in front of me. Hope you did enjoy this video. Go ahead and leave a like if you would. Go and visit the store. It's going to be in the description there. Hit that bell if you want to get notified for when hopefully that next video comes out with all of these sets built. And let me know if you enjoyed it. Thanks.